Hi everyone, my name is Linda Gunno. I am the CEO and founder of Linda's Professional Creation. I am a certified wedding planner and a certified florist. I have over 10 plus years in the wedding industry. My business caters to full service, partial, month of coordinations, custom events. So we do birthday celebration, milestone anniversaries, bridal shower, like anything that need planning and decor, we handle it. We do planning separate, we do decor separate, so we can combine it together, so you don't always have to be together. You can pick the package that work for you. That's why we have our custom package as well. So let's say if our full service package has way a lot of things in it that you really don't need, we can tailor a package to fit. We can subtract, we can add, or just create something unique for your needs. um, my business is located in the state of Pennsylvania. So we do services in and around Philadelphia. So we do New Jersey, Delaware. We do destination wedding as well, and we do wedding, based on the budget minimum for wedding that outside the country, or let's say if you want to do decor planning outside of our surrounding area, we do try, but it just has to be a specific budget minimum to go for. I have over 10 plus years in the wedding industry. So for some of you who are just joining me today, I'm just wondering, okay, well, why she's doing this video? Well, I decided to do a video for a year, every single day. I know it's a lot because I didn't realize how challenging this would be because I actually started doing wedding season, like the beginning of wedding season. So now that my schedule is intense, there's some days I'm like so exhausted, so tired. Sometimes in the middle of work, and I have to stop and like just go and do these videos. But I'm the kind of person that when I give my word, I try to everything in my power to honor it because I believe your word is your bond. So you have to do whatever it takes. And I'm gonna keep pushing. It has been tough, but I'm proud of myself, and I'm gonna continue to do these videos. So today I'm just gonna get into the video. I'm gonna talk about your many options and your choices. So first, it's if you choosing. So let's say if you get a venue, and I'm gonna focus on hotels. Not so much hotel, but like venue that provide their own service. And I'm gonna touch base also if you're doing a ballroom start. I'm just using like an outdoor caterer, and so on and so forth. So for a beginner, we're gonna start with venues. So let's say you contact a venue and you book your venue. You have the choice, and it comes to choose your menu or options, and you're trying to decide, okay, what do we want to pick? One thing that I recommend is that based on your budget, because your catering options takes and your venue catering drinks and everything takes at least about 50% of your 48 to 50% of your budget. So that's a large size. So based on your wedding guests, I always recommend that you give multiple options: chicken, fish, vegetarian or vegan, because vegan option you can do that. Or if you want to do steak, you can do that as well. But steak sometimes a little more expensive. Especially with fish and steak are two of the most expensive thing on the menu. So you have to decide what option you want to go with, what primary option you want to go with. You can also choose to um, give your guests like a select option. Maybe you say everybody gonna have chicken, instead of doing like an RSVP, or you can say, well, but what are option you decide to go to? What do you decide to pick for your guests, or what do you want your guests to pay for themselves? Just have multiple options for them to pick from. That will you know what to do. Be cautious, however, though. When you do put fish in the menu, typically most people go for fish. A lot of people love fish, because typically that things that people really don't eat as often, and some people do love fish, especially when you have salmon on the menu. Salmon is a little more costly, so just be mindful that you might have a little bit more people. So just protect your budget based on that. So when you send your RSVP cards, make sure you put those options on your RSVP card to letting the client know. Don't just put one and they'll say, okay, the name the option of the food, each of the food on there, and let them pick John Brown chicken or John Brown salmon and so on and so forth. So that's the first option. And another option is people do buffet style. So the first option I talk about, those are for plated meals. Plated meals is where this actually you have the venue staff or your caterer staff who will plate the food and actually serve each of your guests. On the table, you got the escort cards on the table, and I talk about the escort card in other video. where they have the escort card identifying who the person is and what they are eating, and they can serve them the plate. Your guests don't have the option. Then you also have the buffet style. Buffet style is where you have a lot of different options, where people can pick from these different options. So for your buffet styles, you can do multiple ways to do it. Sometimes you can have a family style buffet style where it would take a huge selection of food and just put on the table, and then everybody can just pick from there. Um, it's up to you, but I will say if you're gonna do a buffet style where they have servers at the station. Because the reason why, especially now with COVID, and especially now when people are germaphobe, people have different things, and you don't want somebody dipping and in and out of the food. It's a lot. I know some people don't have proper etiquette. It sucks to say, but it is does happen. Um, just have the option where people, buffet style, they can go stand, or you can do it table by table, call table one, table two, and each person can go and get the meal and pick what they want and have that option. So that's another option, buffet styles. And then the third option is station. Station is where you have different food at different station. That is a lot more costly because you have in a variety of food and choices what people will have. So you might have the salad station or the beef station, the fish station, the vegetarian station. So you just have more of each. So that's it's like the buffet, but it's not buffet, but it's just those options I have available. So I would say when you whatever option you choose to go with, just make sure you have a variety of selection that people will pick. And that is for if you're using a venue. Now, if you're using, let's say you rented a ballroom that don't provide catering, most ballroom will provide catering. Sometimes maybe a banquet or a dozen, they'll allow you to bring outdoor catering. If you begin your caterer, you can then decide, okay, is this caterer going to provide serving to serve me, serve all my guests with the food, where you can say, okay, you get then pick your menu. You can pick multiple selection of food that you want to have, and they can serve it, or they can do buffet style or one or the other option. Rule of thumb is that for every 75 guests at a buffet station, you need at least one server. The same thing with a bar. So you need at least one server for every, because you don't want to be an overflow, because if you have just one person, it kind of slow it down. So you want to be able to make sure that it be able to serve these people properly. So make sure the server, the caterer staff that you have, that you order, or you contracted, I should say, let them make sure they have enough staff to cover your event. Make sure they have enough staff or the people who are trained properly to be able to cater to your needs. So sometimes it's a little challenging when, and then anybody that you bring in, make sure they are licensed and certified and have the proper things to do, because you don't want people to bring food and then your guests come in and are getting sick from your wedding or things that happen. So just in anything you do, just make sure they are reputable vendors and the food that they're cooking is appetizer. Make sure you taste the food before. Make sure you know what they are cooking to give you selection and so on and so forth, just to make sure that you have everything properly. So I'm gonna go back to plating, because a lot of people choose plate. Some people don't. Some most people choose buffet style. But for most wedding, when you're doing plated, it's elegant and professional. Your guests don't have to go around. My recommendation, you don't have to do it. If you have to cut your stuff down for your guests to be properly served at your wedding, even you do it. You know, those are the little extra thing that adds up to your wedding to make it different and make it stand out or make it special. Make sure you have enough money, more than enough money, saved for your foods and drinks, because you don't want people to come to your wedding and you are stressed out, or you don't have enough food. Then how you gonna feed the guests? If you have to limit the guest count just to make sure people are properly fed, you want to do that as well. And whatever option you pick, make sure your vendor stars eat. The rule on this: anybody that's going to be at the wedding during dinner time, they have to get fed. So that includes your photographer, your videographer, your MC, your planner. They and their staff had to eat. And one of the things that sometimes some caterers try to do is give people sandwiches. No, it's bad. Don't Most of the time these people have been working 10 to 12 hours. You don't want to give them cold sandwiches. Everybody else in the wedding party is actually eating a hot meal and they have cold sandwiches. Most of the time the vendor have extra food there that they can give, and it's not going to be a lot of vendor, honestly. Maybe one person may come with 2 person, the other person might come with one. Even if you have 10 professional wedding vendor, you will feed them properly. These are the people that are going to be with your order. These are the people that are making sure your event is properly taken care of. Just go an extra mile to make sure that they are properly the same way. Treat them with respect, treat them with love, because that can make or break your day. So you want to make sure you look after them as well. But that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Once again, my name is Linda Gunnar. You can follow me on my website at www.lyndaperfect.creationsevents.com to learn more about the services, and also just sign up for my DIY class where you can learn more about my wedding. All right, thank you. Have a great day. Bye.